Hey there, good looking. Listen, if you're not a big fan of cardio, you are gonna love this cardio workout. I had so much fun programming it. It flows. You're gonna use a couple of tools that we normally don't use in my workouts, and I have high and low impact options. So wherever you are in your fitness journey, you will get your sweat on. So what are those tools that we're gonna be using? A pair of yoga blocks. Yes, we're going to incorporate yoga blocks into this cardio workout. Now we'll finish off with some abs as well using our yoga blocks. Now, if you don't own any yoga blocks, no worries. I'd love for you to grab a couple of thick books as well as one small pillow. All right, let's go get warmed up. Hello and welcome. All right, let's get warmed up. As we warm up, I'll chat about the workout. Deal? Awesome. Let's start with some alternating kicks, warming up into the hamstrings and the glutes. You're going to reach your arm up, get your foot to come up to the hand, not the hand down to the foot. So I really want you to feel that length happening in the back of your thighs. So we have two different cardio circuits. 30 seconds of work, 2 rounds for each, and then we finish off on the mat for a really good ab drill. Now, some of the abs are not going to be osteoporosis or osteopenia friendly, so I will talk through those and let you know what you can do instead. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Beautiful. Let's get the lateral hip. Give me a side lunge. Push your booty rearward. Come up, toe tap. Find that balance. Do it again. If you can, you're going to reach across, touch that toe. You're keeping everything square to me though. Toes, knees, hips, and shoulders. Pushing the bum going back towards the wall behind you. Let's do 1 more here. Perfect. Now don't change legs yet. I want you to bend this leg and abduct it away from the body. Really focusing on those hip stabilizers, breathing. Try not to hold on to anything. I do want you to work your balance. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, let's do the other side. Step it out. Good. Remember, toes, knees, hips, shoulders to me. Now just tap the toe here. Tap. So I had, as I mentioned in the intro, a lot of fun programming this workout. I had my yoga blocks up in my office and was figuring out different ways for us to get our sweat on using the blocks. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Now, standing fire hydrant. Focus your stare on something stationary. Soften that stabilizing leg. 4 more here. Here's 4 and 3. 2 and 1. Excellent. Feet apart. I want you to give me a squat, come up, reach. Squat, come up, reach. Good. When we do the reach, we're going to come up off of that heel. Knees track with toes. We've got that little wider squat here. Getting into the lower body, and then we're reaching into the shoulders here. Let's do 4 more. Here's 4 and 3, 2, 1 more. 1, march it out. All right, for the first one, we need 1 yoga block. Take your left foot on top. Mini-me will be doing a regular lunge if this doesn't work for you, but you're going to jump forward, lunge, and jump back. So let's try it. Left leg up on your block, or just left leg behind and do a regular lunge if the jumping isn't really going to work for you. And if your knees are sensitive to lunges, just take in a depth that works for you, okay? But if you're with me, we got that back toe elevated. We're jumping forward, lunging down. 10 more seconds. We'll shake out the leg and do the other side. March it out. All right, so that's how we're gonna roll. So let's get that right foot on top, or maybe it's just behind you. You're gonna do a regular lunge. 3, 2, 1, jump it, or just do a stationary lunge. 30 seconds of work, feeling those thighs. Woo! Getting those heart rates up. We'll place one yoga block in between the thighs in 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, let's take it in between the thighs. So not in between the knees, but right in between the thighs. Feet hip width apart. Give me a narrow squat. Pulse here, and then drive up. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. Little pulse up. Good. So we're having to activate the adductors, our inner thighs, to hold on to that yoga block, or maybe you're using your small pillow. Low impact, pushing that booty rearward. Chest is open. 10 more seconds, and then we'll use one block again for a jumping jack press motion. One more. March it out. All right, so the low impact of this will be tapping out side to side. One time out, one time up above the head. If you're joining me, jacket, now above the head. Good, now pick it up. So you got high or low impact, your choice. Now, do you really need the yoga block for this? No, but it's fun. We'll use both of our yoga blocks in 10 seconds. And then that's the set. We'll go through it again. Land soft if you're doing impact with me. Come on. Time. All right. We can keep our yoga blocks up nice and high if you're a beginner. Otherwise, bring them down to their low setting. Get into high plank. Draw a knee in, then the other knee. You want your body weight to stay on top of those wrists, so shoulder and wrist aligned. Now, if you want, you can pick it up a bit. So heart rate's coming up still. A lot of core on this one too. Weight bearing on the wrists and shoulders, working into the bones there. Less than 10 seconds, and then we'll stand. All right, pick it up. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right, so let's go back to those lunges. Left leg's on, or it's just behind you. Let's jump it forward, or maybe you're doing stationary lunge with mini me up there. Keep going. I need to move myself forward. It's that back thigh, you're really gonna feel it. Woo, good stuff. Again, go down as deep as it feels comfortable for you. Just keep moving those knees, all right? Time. Woo. Woo, let's shake out that left leg, huh? Okay, we got the right side. Deal? Here we go. Right leg's behind you. Jumping or stationary lunge, go. You're weighted on that back foot. Feeling it into the quad, front leg, quad, hamstring, glute. One more. March it out. Okay, in between the thighs. 2 pulse, and then let's drive up off the heel. Ready, set, let's go. 1, 2, up. You can add a little bit of a jump if you want. Okay, if that's where you want to be, go for it. I'm going to keep mine a low impact. And you really are sitting the hips rear and being aware of that neutral spine. Shoulder blades pinched, chest up, head up. Collarbone is facing me. One more. Woo! All right, we got the jack and press. Remember your low impact? Same arms, and then you just tap it out side to side, left and right. Ready? Start by pressing your block to me. Now up. Good. So I film in my living room, and I have the drapes open so the wind doesn't blow the one drape into the camera frame. And I have some people out there standing there watching me. Awkward. I wonder if I wave at them, that'll make them realize that I see them. They wave back. All right, mountain climbers. Yeah, I guess you don't see this every day in someone's living room. Remember, you can have them up on the higher level. Yoga blocks have a few different levels, and that's going to pop you up higher off the ground, make it a little easier, more manageable. No matter where you are, you want to stay on top of those wrists. We get a water break in about 10 seconds, so let's pick up those knees. Come on. Keep those hips down. Are you on top of those wrists? Good job. 3, 2, 1, march it out. Woo, baby. Cheers. Yeah, I don't have a normal job, do I? So I guess if you were walking by my house, you'd probably stop and look too. All right, we've got another series of cardio. Starting with a repeater knee series. And our target is going to be the block. So we step back, knee. So I really want you to extend that leg behind you, okay? It's no lunge, okay? So repeater knee, but we're extending it right back. So let's get set up. Doesn't matter which leg you start with. Bring the arms up, 3, 2, 1, and knee, knee. Good. 30 seconds, and we'll do the other side. Now, what are we doing with that front leg? It's staying pretty bent. And the arms are bending through the elbows, moving through those shoulders. Woo! But we are feeling that front glute, aren't we? Come on, I know I'm not the only one. We march it in 3, 2, 1, march it. Woo! Oh boy. Okay, other side, you ready? So step it back, hinge forward, knee bent, drive, drive. Nice. I have more people out there now. I should charge admission. Put a collection box at the front of my lawn there. Reminds me of the movie Bridesmaid. If you've seen that, you know that scene I'm talking about. They can't afford fitness classes, so they go to a boot camp, outdoor boot camp, and hide in the bushes and follow the workout from there. That might be happening here. All right, let's get into that high plank position again. Okay, again, find what level the block's gonna work for you. Shoulders on top of wrists. Now left foot taps out, right foot taps out. Good, alternate. Or add a jump, plank jack. Keep the hips down, and then once again, keep yourself on top of your wrists. Time. Whew. All right, one block only. We're going to start low impact, and then I'll jazz it up as I go. Let's hold on to it with one hand, and then that leg's going to come behind. Tap, other leg. So it's a one-legged deadlift, and then our ground is built up because the block is hitting the ground. Good. Now you want to spice it up. Add a hop. Pick it up. I like keeping that back leg bent. I find in flexing the foot, I find I can hold my balance better. Okay? Your next move, you can step over, okay? Or you can join me and both feet over. Let's go. So you step or jump. You can also bring the up more and make it harder. I'm probably making a lot of noise on your end. My tripod doesn't have a stabilizer. Woo! Let's do one more. March it out. All right, one more time. From the top. My old aerobics days. From the top. Here we go. Leg back. Arms up. Drive. Drive. Knee to yoga block. Or book. Or pillow. Just get that knee up. Front leg is what? It's bent. Body weight is right on top of that front leg. Move. Come on. It's our last set. We switch in 3, 2, 1. Whew. Yes. It's a very good glute exercise, isn't it? Whew. All right, hip hinge, leg back, go. Plank taps or jacks in 3, 2, 1. March it. All right, so we want our blocks. Remember, you can build them up. You can even go this height too, right? That's going to help you. It is a little more unstable though, FYI. Here we go. We tap it. Wrists, shoulders align, or we jack it. Gaze at that top of the mat. Let's not let that head drop. Keep that neck in position. Breathe it. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come on up. One dumbbell. One block needed only. Alternating deadlift. We'll start with the no impact and then I'll juice it up as I go. We come down, tap. Come down, tap. Holy cow, PJ, focus. Good. Can add that jump. So what we do is we're just kind of planting on that one foot, finding our balance, our stability, and then coming forward. I'm getting tired. I'm all over the place. How about you? Time. Woo! All right. So you can step over your block. You can have it this height or that height. That's harder. Go. Or maybe you're gonna step, but you're gonna add that little bit of impact for me. Okay? Let the arms help you. And when we land, soft joints. 10 more seconds. Then we move into our ab drill, hitting our mats in 3, 2, 1, march it out. Woo! 45-second breather here. You'll just need one yoga block. If you don't have one, the pillow's gonna work great for you. Now this is where those of you who shouldn't be twisting or crunching, you need to listen a little bit. I'm not gonna have an alternative, I'm just gonna cue you. Let's start down, everybody. Block in between the knees and tabletop. Windshield wipers. If you shouldn't be twisting, you're just gonna go a quarter of the way, or pause there, back to center, a quarter away the other side. Otherwise, follow me. Keep the knees together and drop them down and come on up. All right? So if you shouldn't be twisting, you'll just go a quarter of the way, but then I want you to pause there because you're isometrically using your oblique to hold that position, which is going to fire up more ab for you. Using our inner thighs to keep the block there. Keep those knees over the hips though, don't let them creep towards your chest. Ankles in line with knees, time. All right, get into a seated position with one block. You're gonna hold it like so. Lean back. If you shouldn't be twisting, you're just gonna stay there. Otherwise, Russian twist. Now I want you to have the back hand, the knuckles hit your mat every time. Good, good. No twist, here, maybe you wanna do this, right? Power it up, but we're not losing that lower lumbar. We're in a high plank coming up in 10 seconds. Really feeling this in the waist. Wow. One more. Woo. All right. Get that block at the outside of your left wrist. Everyone can join me on this. To modify, you're going to stay on the knees, pick up the block, pass it to the other side. Pick up the block, pass it. High plank for intermediate advanced. If you've been with me before, we do this move quite a bit with the dumbbell. So it's transferring, really firing up the one side of the body as we hold our body with that one arm. So again, if it's too much for you or you're just not feeling it today, drop on the knees, keep the hips down and stay with me. Don't stop. Time. All right, the next one is a block pass. Whew. So let's start with holding onto the blocks, okay? And you're gonna crunch up. If you can't crunch, you just pass with your hands. Good, and then let both the arms and the legs, otherwise crunch. Now, if you can, pass it higher up towards the feet. That's gonna make it harder. And again, don't add the crunch if you shouldn't be crunching. So block starts at the knees, working it down towards the feet if you want to intensify it. Time. All right, everyone can join me on this one. I want you to take the block. I want you to have it medium width. All right, heels close to the bum, working posterior change, squeeze into the block, then lift up the glutes. Now we don't want the bum to really touch the ground. I want you to keep constant tension in the glutes and low spine. And then we are using the adductors, squeezing in, keeping that block there. So this is our last move. We'll take it back to windshield wipers for one more round of everything, and then we're done. Time. All right, so let's put it to the skinny part now. Bring the legs up to tabletop. So again, knees and hips stay aligned, arms out with the shoulders, palms down. Lower as low as you feel comfortable. If you shouldn't be twisting, again, you're just gonna go about a quarter of the way, but then I want you to pause. Otherwise, you're not letting the legs just drop either, okay? There's a lot of control. Going into our Russian twist for our second move here of the series. Woo! All right, come on up. We're gonna hold onto the block like this on the skinny end here. Okay, sit nice and tall, lean back, feel the abs grab. Maybe you stay here and push out and forth. Otherwise, Russian twist. You will feel your hips on this, there's no doubt. Hip flexors and quads are working. But if we maintain that neutral spine, you've got all those muscles, the same ones that we use for a plank, your transverse abdominis, fired up to hold that position. And then if you're joining me on the twist, your obliques. 2 more. All right, let's get into high plank. Block is behind the left wrist. Again, knees, if that's where you feel you want to be today. Otherwise, drive up, pass, other side. All right, on our backs. We've got those block passes. Remembering though, if you shouldn't be crunching, you're not gonna crunch up when you pass the block. All right, here we go. Ready? So you're gonna crunch or maybe not. Closer to the legs, the harder it is. I'm trying the different widths. I find the longer width really firing up my core more, which is interesting. Play around with it on your end. Time. Woo! All right, let's keep it on that wide. Place it in between the knees. Here we go. Oops, not all the way, the medium, sorry. And drive the hips up. You should be feeling your heels with your fingertips. So your heels are quite close to your bum. And then we're not letting that bum fully imprint on the mat. And remember, we're squeezing that yoga block with each inside the knee. Last move here. time. Woo! All right, I want you to take that yoga block, or maybe you have a pillow, place it underneath the hips. So right underneath the tailbone, all right? So it's not underneath the low back, it's under the tailbone, so below your waist. Extend your left leg, bring your right knee in. This is hands down my favorite stretch. Now, if you're quite bendy and you want to increase the intensity, you can bring the block up a level. Again, making sure it's sitting on that tailbone, not on the lower lumbar, and hold it here. My watch is asking me if I'm done my workout. No, I'm not. It's very nosy. So we're getting a really nice stretch down that front of our left leg while we stretch into the glute on the right side. A couple more breaths. Back and neck is long, and let's switch it. I've got a couple of pairs of yoga blocks. I own like 8. They're all over the house, but I have 2 in the room where we watch TV. And this is the stretch that I'll do while we're watching a movie. I'm trying to counteract all the sitting I do in front of my damn computer. I've never sat so much in my career as I have in the last 3 years. All right, release. Come into a seated position for me, please. Take your left ankle, okay? So your foot's gonna come off of it. And just straighten the other leg. We're not gonna worry too much about that leg, all right? We just wanna elevate this one. And for some of you, that might be quite an intense stretch, and you can hold it here. For others, you can lean forward, and then if your spine allows you to, go on an angle and walk yourself towards this left knee while we anchor ourselves with the other leg. Try to relax this leg too. I just felt myself tensing in the foot, so just relax it. Relax, chill. Don't you hate it when people say that to you? I hate it. I can be a little tightly wound sometimes, so you don't tell a tightly wound person to relax or chill. That just sends us through the roof. And release, no matter what your intentions are. All right, let's do the other side. So again, where our ankle's resting, our foot's right off. We're gonna anchor ourselves now. This side, a lot tighter. We're gonna anchor ourselves on this. We're gonna walk forward, and if that feels okay, we're gonna go at an angle. That's not gonna work for me on this side. So we quite often have, as I'm demonstrating here, discrepancies in our body, and it's a lot to do with what we do in daily activity, as well as previous injuries. Previous injuries will really inhibit some of our movement and mobility. So I do have some great mobility workouts, which I think I'm going to be doing with this hip here, which I encourage you to do on a regular basis. And release. Okay, let's get rid of the yoga block. Take both legs out to your side, pressing the backs of the knees to your mat. Sit up nice and tall, hands behind you and press forward. Getting into the hamstrings now. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Thank you for joining me. You can help this video out after we're done by clicking that thumbs up button if you're on YouTube, so it can be found by the YouTube algorithm. If you're enjoying this ads-free on Over 50 Fitness, make sure you head to our private community. I'd love to have a chat with you and what you thought of the yoga block cardio and if you want more of it. And release. Hey, we did it. Thanks again for joining me. And if you'd like to work with me further on a deeper level, there's a couple of places you can do so down below, Patreon or Over 50 Fitness. Check out the description below. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next workout. Bye. This workout is a ton of fun. I had so much fun, lots of fun. I had so much fun. All right.